Everyone considered him the coward of the county. Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
What's good, family? Massive love to my doggy Russell DeBar for supporting the channel, no doubt. Now, Tyson Fury has continued today his roasting of Anthony Mandela Gandhi Johnston, yeah? And the only thing we can conclude from this week's unfoldings is that Tyson Fury believes he can have a go on Anthony Johnston at will. Yeah, he can get his wick out and put it right in for him whenever and wherever he wants. Call me a liar, yeah? Johnston, where he at? And let's not forget, it wasn't long ago, back in May, when Fury bottled the AJ fight. God knows again why, but either way, look, we know the guy, Fury, don't make no sense. He bottled the Wilder fight, but then filled Wilder in. So the fact that he bottled the AJ fight don't mean he was going to lose it. Yeah? But either way, back in May, Tyson Fury was acting super duper funny style. However, at the time, when that fight fell through, AJ came out and was giving it all the yammer. And I was, listen, to be honest, I was rating it. I was like, wow, yeah. AJ giving it the energy. AJ was out here putting a little bit. I mean, he weren't going too hard. He weren't going too hard in the paint. But listen, he was putting a little piece out there. Yeah, he was retweeting a few things, putting the pressure onto Fury. But now, ever since he got turned out by Alexander Usyk, yeah, ever since Anthony Johnston got turned out by Alexander Usyk, he ain't been where he at? Oh, wait there a minute. He in Dubai playing daddy. Yeah, he in Dubai playing family. With a bunch of, this guy. Oh, wait there. He in Dubai, lifting weights and playing house. this guy, where are he at? Yeah? I'm sorry, but, I mean, AJ super fans would love you to believe, oh, man, well, he the bigger man. He's so humble. And listen, naffle that. Yeah? In fact, Taylor, you're right. He is humble. We saw how humbly he took his ass whooping. Yeah? So you're right, and that's the thing, I have to give credit to Anthony Johnston fans, because all that time he was telling me, YB, you want AJ to be aggressive, but he's just so much of a better man, and he's so humble, and he's so this, that. You're right, you man finally got your wish, because he's super duper humble. He humbly took the ass whooping from a cruiserweight. You got that right, you was right all along. He's super humble, he loves being humble, yeah? Not even a little bit of a doubt about that. He the most humble. I've never seen a man be 6'6", 250 £, look like Africanulese, looks like Promethean DNA goo, yeah, one of them ones, but be so soft. So you're damn right, he is humble to the core. Anyway, like I was saying, where are you at? Johnston, where are you at, man? Listen, Johnson, if you got any nuts left in that big hardback hollow frame of yours, Dave Allen exposed it. Dave Allen said, listen, AJ looks like a unit, but he's hollow on the inside. He's hollow. It's like he's made out of air. Yeah, it's like he's blown up. Oh man, listen, AJ, you're giving bodybuilders a bad name. Yeah, at least be strong. God, this guy. So like I said, Fury's out here now. Fury obviously, listen, people can smell and taste the aromas in the air, and obviously after a cruiserweight's had a go on you, the only aromas people are smelling is sweetness. Yeah, them lovely, sweet, woody aromas. Where's he at? Where's the fight back? All we've heard so far is oh man, I'm listening to David Goggins, and I got David Goggins in my camp, and I want some motivational speeches, and I got some trainers. I got 20 trainers in my camp, and it's really good, and I'm just looking at the process, and I've got some triangles, and you see, there's different triangles? What is there to be triangling about? How did we get talking about shapes on this one? No word of a lie, of all the sports in the world, yeah. Especially when Anthony Johnston isn't Floyd Mayweather, meaning that fair enough. Someone could look at Floyd Mayweather and potentially analyse and say, well, it's quite complex. Listen, Johnston, let me tell you what you are. You ain't no Floyd Mayweather, and you never will be. You ain't got the intelligence for it, bottom line. That's what you've shown over the last 10 years. You, at best, you'll be, if you know what's good for you, you'll be chin down, elbows in. That's the best you can be. Be a great at brawling. That's it. You ain't no high IQ dude. Yeah, there's no shapes. There's no this structure rubbish. Go in there, put your chin down, put them elbows in, and walk forward. How about that? Yeah? And whatever shot you take, you give one back. That's the best you can hope for, I'm afraid to say, boss man. You tried it your way, and how'd it work out for you? Yeah? You shit your pants against Mr. Blobby. That's the first one. And then you got turned over by a middleweight, Alexander Usyk. Yeah? Anyway, let me get back to this, what Fury said, because, like I said, listen, Fury, he sees and smells sweetness, and he knows, where's AJ at? AJ quiet, he not making no noises. I'd feel a lot better now, yeah? And this is the thing, all you so-called AJ fans, oh, YB, he humble. If you haven't worked out already, this humbleness ain't working. Right now, AJ, yeah, if I was in the camp here, if the YB was in the camp on a no-win, no-fee basis, all you'd hear, we wouldn't be taking no more L's. How about that? There'd be no more L's, there'd be no more freebies. No one gets a freebie, no more. Not no cruiserweights get to have a go on us. Not no old dudes get to have a go on us. No more freebies. Freebies are done. No more humbleness and no more freebies. And guess what? If all them funny style humble dudes don't like it, they can go and take up chess. How about that? From now on, like I said, no more freebies. There's a new, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a new sheriff in town. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what the motto would be. A new sheriff in town. We're not doing no more funny style behaviour. See you later, Fernando. You're out of it. Because you're a bum. How about that? We're starting as we mean to go on. Fernando, you're out of it. Pack your bags. See you later. All the other bum trainers you got. See you later. Pack your bags. You're out. Yeah, we ain't running. This ain't a charity. What? Oh, you know, Rob's been there for 20 years, and yeah, but what do you think this is? This is a performance sport. About Rob's been there for 20 years. If you're not performing, you're not performing. It's not a charity. What is it? What are we doing here? Oh, but YB. And that's the thing. You'll be shocked, yeah, the amount of funny style AJ fans are telling me, YB, you just don't get it, you see. AJ and Rob, they're like dad and son. What are they? And what's the basis for that? Wait there. So you're trying to be the best ever in a sport, and you got a useless trainer, and the reason you're keeping a useless trainer on is because you want another daddy. You already got dad. I don't get that. Fair enough, yeah. If AJ hadn't got no parents, you got a mum and a dad. What do you need another one for? And better yet, what do you need another incompetent one for? About, well, we've been together, we've been incompetent and together forever, so we want to be together and be incompetent for some more time. Yeah? So like I said, and that's what I'm not convinced anything's changed here. Because all this for me smells and seems like the same old. It's the same old. Tyson Fury hops on, has to go on Johnston. Johnston nowhere to be found. Johnston somewhere. Johnston sitting down being humble somewhere. Yeah? Who's in control of the situation? I'll tell you who ain't in control. It's not Johnston. He's just sitting there taking L's all over the place. And I wouldn't mind, but I sat there for a long time and allowed these things to carry on. Oh, but YB, you know, he can turn it on when he gets in the ring. Yeah, but YB, AJ is a special breed. He's super duper humble on the outside, but then he go in there and turn it on. Oops. Where was the turning on then? Because I must have missed that one. Yeah? The YB in his coins must have missed the part where he's supposed to turn it on. Not even a bit have got turned on in the Usyk fight about he can turn it on. So there's no more, like I said, there's no more freebies for me now. I don't want to hear about, but he can turn it on. He can't turn it on. Yeah? And if you can't turn it on, that means you best be on all the time. How about that? No more freebies. Fury, Let me explain what I mean by no more freebies. Listen. For years now, people get to have a poke, and you just sit there. Yeah, but why be humble? No more of that. It's not happening no more. And that's something I've been consistent about. I don't get why he's so like passive. It's like you're a cuckold. Yeah, you're just sitting there getting cucked on. But I've got a brand to maintain. What? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be a brand ambassador? Yeah, or do you want to be the most ferocious man who ever lived? Make a choice, because you can't do both, as you've shown. Because you got your head boxed off by a cruiserweight. Make a choice. This isn't the sport to be a brand ambassador. Look at Mike Tyson. And to be fair, that's the thing. When you become so ferocious in a sport, the brands don't even care. Mike Tyson in his day had McDonald's and Coca-Cola backing him. Yeah? And he weren't... Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, in his early days, he wasn't as off the rails, but still, he was ferocious. The brands come to you. And what really matters is success, the bottom line. As long as you're not doing nothing criminal, i.e., getting involved in the wrong things, then that's all that matters. I want to be a brand ambassador. The best brand you can do for yourself is win, and win ferociously. And that's what's happened here, people. I'm afraid to say, your management teams suck. Because that's the first rule. The first and last rule is win at all costs. Because you ain't got no brand if you keep losing to cruiserweights. What's wrong with you? About brand. You ain't got no brand. You're known as the man who lose to everyone who half decent. That's your brand right now. Let me tell you now for free. Your brand is known as the man who will lose to anyone who half sharp, who ain't 50-year-old. Trust me, 100%. If you're under 40 years old here and you're half sharp, you'll have a go on Johnston. That's what we know now. 100%. Andy Ruiz has a go on you. Usyk has a go on you. But Pulev don't. To be honest, Pulev half did as well. Pulev had you running around the ring for 10 rounds. So, let's not make out that you handled that work easily. Yeah? And I'm sick to death at his silence. But he in Dubai and he playing house in Dubai with all the kids and... What is this? What are we doing here? I'm confused. I'm proper confused. I swear to God, I'm confused. I'm super confused. And now Fury out here. And rightfully so. And I actually believe, out of all the people in the world here, I believe potentially Fury's actually paying Anthony Johnston back a favour here. In as much as, do you remember when Fury was off? And in fact, Wilder and AJ, when Fury was retired, back in 2015 or 2016 or whenever it was, they came out and I think AJ himself said, he said, Fury, you big round heifer, come get this work. And I think Wilder said it as well. Wilder said, listen Fury, you're a heifer, you ain't never going to come back. And that obviously, Fury's since said and confirmed that actually was one of the key things that inspired him to actually come back. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying Fury's sitting there planning, thinking, well, if I say this, maybe this, but I do think either way. I mean, even if it has no intention, the point is, Fury right now, and Fury does understand that if AJ is a cuckold, if AJ goes out as a big cuck and don't win his belts back, that's no good to Fury. Don't forget, people, this was a $100 million fight apiece. That's gone out the window. And we know Fury loves the coins. So I think, to some extent, listen, Fury wants you to grow some balls more than you do, Johnston. He begging for you to grow some balls. Listen, Fury out here doing the job you're supposed to be doing. Yeah? About you need some, listen, Fury heard you talking about you need some motivation. He giving you the motivation. And that's why I'm frustrated, because I'm not seeing the right signs here, people. I'm not seeing someone who's bad mind. I'm not seeing someone who's got the right people in the camp. I'm not seeing someone who's turned the corner. Because if he turned the corner, why are you silent for? And it's not as if, well, YB, he's gone away to the Alps and we haven't seen no videos of him. AJ is posting 10, 15 posts a day on social media, on his Snapchat. So I'm thinking, you're active, yeah? You ain't got no problem showing everyone you're playing house in Dubai with all the kids and that running around. Like it's daddy daycare. I mean, what the fuck? What? You know what I mean? What? This guy. So, like I said, Get the message consistent. The message you've got now is that you're playing house. Bottom line, that's the message. If you watched Anthony Johnston, yeah, you'd think he's a bodybuilding father. You see him lifting weights. You see him playing with a bunch of kids. That's it. That's the message you get. Oh, it's a lovely bodybuilding father there. Meanwhile, Fury hopping on you, have a quick go and at will. Yeah, every day out here. Just putting his wick in you quick, and you know what I'm saying? 100%. Every day Tyson Fury is dipping his wick in Johnston. That's it. What can I say? Tell you what you can't say. You can't call me a liar. For the last week, every day Fury had to go on you. And where you at? Oh, but YB, he's in Dubai and he's training with his trainer, and I just don't get it myself. I mean, it's basic, isn't it? Someone says something about you, and if you've got some pride, and that's what I think's lacking here for Johnston, and it shows in his last performance. I'm not sure he's got any pride or got any shame. I think he's made too much money, and he's not that fussed. That's what I think, and I think he should retire. That's what I actually think right now. I'm not sure I need to watch the next fight. I think he needs to retire, but don't get me wrong. I give everyone some sort of chance. I'm not going to write him off 100%. Let's see how this next fight goes. Obviously, if he goes into this next fight and he's all floppy and he doesn't aggressive, then we know he's finished 100%. And that's a fact, by the way, people. If he doesn't pull this next fight off, as in, if he don't go in there and walk straight forward and take the shots on his gloves and arms and catch and counter, if he's in there dancing around trying to tickle and fiddle, he's finished. I'm telling you now for free. Don't want to hear no more about it. I don't want to hear about your return coat. No, he's finished. And he needs to retire to salvage the legacy, or any legacy he's got left. But anyway, listen. Fury out here taunting Johnston. The first video was just peak. Fury put a video out of Johnston, yeah. 24 wins, 2 losses, 0 belts, 6 abs though. And the song says, and it's some next country song, it's peak, it's truly peak. It's truly peak for Johnston right now. He was the coward of the county. Wow, it's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry, man. Fury's taking time out of his day, yeah, to put full troll projects together. Proper. He thinks the way Fury treating you now, he's dog walking you, and that's what's frustrating me now. It's the fact that we've already seen Usyk dog walk you in the ring. Now, everywhere you look, people are having a go, and you know where to be found. Where's the pride? No, I'm not gonna have this anymore. Where's the new sheriff in town? Where's the turning of the corner? I'm not having it no more. I'm not going to be seen as a cuckold. I'm not going to be seen as a bottom. Yeah? It's time to start topping people off. Do you know what I'm saying? Where's the top hat? And he's nowhere to be found. I think that's the worrying thing is I think he enjoys it. That's the truth. I think he enjoys it. I think he enjoys being dog walked publicly. I think he gets off on the shame. That's what I think it is. Because where are you at? I don't get it. For example, let's say me and Tyrone are booked into a fight. I just can't imagine. You know what I'm saying? Think of it your own. Think of it. Imagine you've got a rival, yeah? Think of it in your own life. Think of someone you don't like. Imagine you're a boxer and you're about to go up against that person, or you know what I mean, you're linked in some way. There's a chance you're gonna fight soon. And that guy is just rinsing you every day. Can you imagine just sitting there and just, I don't know, well that's the thing, for a long time all the AJ fans, oh but you know, he's humble, and oh but he's transcended trash talk, and he's just the most perfect. Well, how'd that work out for you? Mr. Transcended hasn't got a mean bone in his body, he's soft. Yeah? It's just peak. The coward of the county. Yeah. It's bad, man, and that's the thing. All you can do is laugh. Next thing he posted. Fury put another picture out, obviously his 31-0, but yeah, well, to be fair, Fury's got a draw as well. He had a draw, so, but anyway, I think he lost that fight, but listen, whatever. The next one he put out No, this one's peak as well. He posted a picture of AJ. My breakfast consists of yams, eggs. Oh, I put the yams in there as well. Fury tagged the yard food. No, this is what I'm saying. Fury tagging the yard food in there. It's bad. Where AJ at? Why ain't AJ defending the culture right now? Yeah? Fury out here making a mockery of the yard food. And where AJ at? Oh, well, I'm in the bar and I got the kids round because I'm playing house and I'm lifting some weights. And like I said, he posted a picture and he put AJ, my breakfast consists of yams, eggs and dates, followed by a big bowl of porridge, a protein shake, a glass of orange juice and a glass of honey, lemon and ginger. Oh man, it's bad. It's bad. Well, listen, all I can say, it's bad now. It's bad right now for Johnston. It's bad. And it's bad for everyone in his team, because his team, they're all soft. They've all got no shame, you see. They're all there. They ain't really trying to... They're not interested in helping him. Well, they're not interested in his success. They're interested in just collecting a residual bag. That's why I said no win, no fee. Because for me, it's not about just being there to be a bag holder. If you're not winning, I'm not interested. You understand? If I can't help you win, you know what I'm saying? The purpose is to win. That's it. There ain't no, in my mind, yeah, there ain't no draw. Yeah, there ain't no draw, there ain't no loss. So, if I'm, you know what I'm saying? How can I get paid? How can I be paid as a trainer if we're losing? It doesn't make no sense to me. To be paid after a loss means I ain't done my job right, surely. How can you be paid and you lost? Especially when you've got an athlete like AJ. It's not like you've got Dillian White or something who've got no chin and you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with you're dealing with a top flight kind of dude. And if you ain't winning with a top flight kind of dude in these times when most people are, I mean, look at Andy. You got people like Andy Ruiz. You got cruiserweights. You got middleweights sniffing up at heavyweight now because it's so weak. And that's what I've been saying for all the years. Yeah, I said this division is so weak. There's no excuse not to knock every single one of them out. That's what my baseline was for AJ. And that's why I said every single trainer that works with Johnston should be no win, no fee. Simple as that. Or they should be saying, listen, the truth is, people, I'm not committing any more time to AJ because he hasn't got it in him. Do you understand that? And that might be the case. I'm not going to blame the trainer completely, but that's what I'd tell you. If I went to work with Johnston, no win, no fee, yeah, I'd go there for a camp. And if it turns out that he just ain't got the fight in him, I'd have to, obviously I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to go in there and keep losing every fight. I'm going to withdraw myself and say, listen, truth is, people, I haven't been paid because we lost, but the bottom line is he ain't got the fight in him. So there's no point wasting my time. Back to YouTube for the YB. Do you know what I'm saying? These other cats, though, McCrappen, no shame. McCrappen, no shame. Fernando Alonso, no shame. All the other bums there, no shame. Just sit there collecting the check. No shame. No shame. And there's a saying, you keep what you kill. That's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be rewarded for losing. Especially when, fair enough, yeah, for example, let's say, well, to be honest, it's not even justifiable. I was about to say, let's say AJ lost against Fury, because he's the best guy now. That would be relatively acceptable. But even then, to be honest, even for that fight, I believe that fight isn't. And I know it sounds silly now, but for a long time, I told you that's an easy fight. There's no reason not to be winning that fight, in my mind. So why wouldn't it be no win, no fee? The only way that fight isn't easy is if AJ's completely soft. Which it may be the case. It may be. It may be that case. It might be the reality that AJ doesn't have the fight in him. He's made too much money and he's not really that interested. He doesn't want to push through. That might be the case. But the way them cheerleaders were gassing him about, great performance, great. I can't say convincingly that it's one way or the other. And I think my original conclusion that AJ's team over years have softened him out. That's what I think's happened. For the last 5 years, he's had the weakest team around him ever since Tony Sims left. The weakness that's got in, and it's spread like a cancer. And if you actually look at the trajectory of his career, like for example the Takam fight, that was really one of the last ones. And ever since then, it's got worse and worse and worse. Because even the Parker fight, that was less aggressive, but still he was coming forward with almost every shot. Then you had what was after that? Yeah, and then obviously it came to Ruiz fight, where he was kind of gingerly. That was really the first sign of trouble. The Ruiz fight was the first sign, and it's got worse since then, to be honest. And really, when you look at the Ruiz rematch, that was the first fight where AJ actually properly shit himself, if you know what I'm saying. That was AJ versus Ruiz was the first fight AJ never had an aggressive bone in his body. And I'm sorry, people, that must be to do with the training. How do you go from a aggressive KO artist who barely goes backwards to a man who's scared of his own shadow? How does that happen? Yes, AJ has some responsibility here, but ultimately, like, it's not as if we've heard from the training team that Rob McCrappen left in 2019 because he couldn't deal with the fact that AJ didn't want to commit. So that tells me that he's been influenced over this time. And I'm sorry, but I mean, we've heard Rob McCrappen's coaching skills. We've seen him in the corner. Oh, great, AJ. That's it, AJ. Nice and slow behind the jab. I heard, in fact, in the Usyk fight, I heard Rob McCrappen saying, oh, that's it, AJ. Behind the jab, AJ. Oh, look, that's it, AJ. Nice and light on the feet. What the fuck? Light on the feet? Your feet need to be stiff. You need to watch some Alvarez. Get them knees bent and plod forward. About light on your feet. What's wrong with these guys? Light on your feet. Against a cruiserweight. Get your knees bent and plod forward. With your elbows nice and tight. How about that? About light on your feet. Been watching way too many movies. That's the problem. These guys, you see, Fernando Alonso, all them other cats here he works with, they've watched way too many documentaries and way too much YouTube. And in fact, we know this anyway. They were saying before the fight, oh, AJ was watching YouTube. What the fuck are you watching YouTube for? And it tells, because these guys, yeah, they ain't got a clue about boxing. Oh, neither of you. Listen, give me a go. How about that? Yeah, give me a go, and we'll see how much I don't know about boxing. How about that? And that's the thing. Even if I don't know, them man don't. How about that? Yeah? If whatever I don't know, they don't know twice as much. Watching YouTube. That's the problem with these guys. They watch YouTube, yeah. They see oh, look at Ali's feet, and and they watch these, you know what I'm saying? They watch these, oh, look at this documentary. Let's watch some of that, and let's have a piece of that. These men are fangirls of the sport. Do you understand? They're fangirls. They ain't got no substance. That's the bottom line. They're fangirls. These are the man who put them compilations together. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Ali's silky feet compilation. They're them man. They're the same man. The same man, yeah, who make compilation videos. They're the man. Because they're gassed. They're fangirls. They shouldn't be training no one. Because they're too gassed. They ain't living in reality. They think you can watch a documentary, yeah, and then put it. You know what I'm saying? They think you can take any fighter and turn him into what you saw in a documentary on YouTube. They don't realise that it don't work like that. Just because you listen to AJ's training team, just because you watched it on YouTube, don't mean that's what he need to be doing. You big goofies. But again, yes, they're useless, but AJ himself has to take responsibility. He's the one paying the check. He's meant to be the boss. And I've been saying this for years, so it's not like no one didn't know. Anyway, I'm glad that Tyson Fury, if no one else, I'm glad Tyson Fury is sticking his wick in Johnston whenever he wants to. That's how it should be. Because why not? What's he going to do? Yeah? What? What's he going to do? Go to Dubai and fly some, you know what I mean? Go to Dubai and play house some more. You know what's he going to do? Go to Dubai and play, you know? Go to Dubai and lift some more weights. What's he going to do?